Yeah. How about we get started, huh?
How about it?
How about it? Everybody, welcome to another podcast of Unmuted the Podcast. I'm your host, Delvin, and Miss Lisa J.
Hello.
And Mr. Sir Steven himself, Big Sir. Everybody is here, and we can't wait to get started talking to you. Unmuted the Podcast can be found wherever you stream for podcasts, and you can always pod on demand by going to our website, theunmutedpodcast.com. And when you go there, you will hear episodes that we have had in the past, but I have to update the website and put some more things on there. So, you'll get some shows, but by all means, keep listening and thank you for participating in our foolishness that we share with you every week. Like, what's going on with Derrick Jaxn?
Because I know y'all will ask.
That foolishness right there. And if you don't know who Derrick Jaxn is, where you been?
Right. Really? He's a clown relationship expert.
He's a guy. Whenever my wife hears his voice, she is immediately mad and will take my phone and try to turn it off because she wants no part of whatever he's going to say. Derrick Jaxn had an interview with the Dear Wifey podcast.
That was Dear Wifey?
That was Dear Wifey. I love Dear Wifey.
Okay.
And so he has some things to say about his ex-wife. You want to hear it?
Here you go.
Here I go.
Right. And I want to be respectful to her as a woman because, she's not my person anymore and I'm, somebody else's wife eventually. But that wasn't my complaint. My complaint was how cold it felt. And honestly, I used to say it, I felt more lonely and single than when I was single.
Lies! Okay,
in the relationship, just that rejection, that was just the way that she coped and did her own thing. But that was the part I really wanted. In a perfect world, I didn't feel that. Now, in a realistic world, as a man, I should have had better coping strategies as opposed to coping with women or anything that was going to compromise my vows. I should have been equipped and prepared more to deal with that or to leave if I was just so unhappy. But I didn't take that responsibility.
How are you reconciling that, being the voice for caring for a woman's heart, but then privately destroying the woman you had at home?
Resentment. That was the denial I needed. There wasn't a complaint there.
It almost makes me cringe. Well, not almost. I'm literally cringing when I hear him talk about his relationship with his ex-wife. I don't get it. I don't.
It's
understand.
cringeworthy because everybody knows what he did and how he was calling himself the empowering women and giving us all this, he was like a pick me dude.
Yeah.
With the advice that he was giving, he would always go against the grain of what most men felt. And so to see him speak like that and give all this advice and what women should do, what we shouldn't do when it comes to dating, and knowing that he's like stepping out on his wife with multiple women. She's seeing videos in his phone of him having sex with these women. And of course it crushed her. It crushed her self-esteem. She finally got it together though, and she left. And
she's doing her thing. She looks amazing.
She does.
And people were talking about her wearing the sweatshirt and having her hair in a bonnet or whatever it was. And
because she looked a fool.
But relationships would do that to you when they are taxing you and breaking you like that. It doesn't even matter. Your physical appearance doesn't even matter. And so, yeah, talk about her if you want to, but the bottom line is she got out.
Right.
And she knew that she couldn't stay there anymore. It's ironic, though, that he says that I should have left when she was cold to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I should have left when I was more. What was the word? I was single when I shouldn't have felt single.
Right.
I'm like, nigga.
Right. And you just got back from your girlfriend's house.
Right. How cold can you be? If you just left. what's the song? I'm gonna make you love somebody else. If you keep
Yeah,
on
you're gonna make
doing-
me love
Doing
somebody
me
else.
the way that you do.
Right, and it said if you ain't loving me, then who in the world are you loving?
He like, what day is it?
Hello.
Because literally, I got holes in different areas. That was Derrick Jaxn.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you thought that he was your relationship expert, he was literally out here being an expert at relationships. Not his own relationship,
Right.
but he was an expert in a lot of different relationships.
An expert at how to juggle multiple women.
Yeah. So that was, you could have just stayed under the radar. You didn't even have to come out and do Dear Wifey. You know, you didn't have to say what you said. You could have been a non-issue again.
Yeah.
It's more like, you know, when you're a narcissist, you demand the attention. You demand the attraction, the spotlight, and all of this. And that's exactly who Derrick Jaxn is in this case. I don't think he should have done the interview.
Yeah.
But when he did the interview, he shouldn't have said what he said in the interview.
Yeah, he said a lot and confirmed like the mental trauma and the mental abuse that she developed or experienced, I should say, while married to him. It's a colorism issue in their family. His daughter, he has one child that's dark like he is, and the other, I think he has 3 or 2.
Yeah, 3.
So the other 2 are fair skinned like her, and the darker one, she actually said that she didn't like that child because he prefers dark skinned women.
No. Let's let him dig his
Yeah,
own
let
hole.
him explain it.
Here again is Derrick Jaxn putting his own foot in his ass and saying what he's saying. Let's hear what he's got to say.
There's another person that, okay, I don't know how to say this, but I don't want this to be taken the wrong way.
Too late.
So our eldest daughter, she may have spoken on this, is darker than the other 2.
Oh yeah, she said that. She said she didn't used to like that. She said she didn't like that daughter. She had a lot of resentment towards that daughter.
So me, like in the house as an infant, as a toddler, because she's saying it, and I don't think you might not understand like this.
What it looked like in real time.
In real life, these are
I
experiences.
can imagine what it looked like.
So me, I could often intervene or kind of settle things out because I know that she loves that girl. I know that she loves her children. But it was affecting their relationship and how she treated her or how harsh she was or how she talked to her.
And I got that from what she's saying. She's saying that when somebody says that they don't like their child because the dark skin of this child reminds them of the type of women that you preferred, then
it's a different level.
It's a different
and I didn't
level.
understand it, but again, with Grace, it's just like, you know, even she's saying she's trying to work against it. So, all right, you know, family business. We're going to work through this. But I'm the one that saw the 2-year-old go for affection to their mommy and get turned away while the other 2 light skin or the other 1 light skin at that time child gets all the love and affection, and the dark skinned child to see that.
Lies.
I'm the one that hears our dark skinned child say things reflective of how she feels mommy feels about her. So as everything was in a stagnation or regressing, it wasn't just me getting pushed away or treated a certain way.
Yeah.
And again, I really hope people just approach this with compassion, because I don't think any of us manage all of our emotions perfectly.
Of course not.
And she's done a ton of sacrificing for every one of those kids. And I just need to say that because she's not a bad mom.
Right.
But I said the longer that I stay in this space, knowing that she's not going to do what I need her to do, and that therefore that stunts her healing, our reconnection, the longer she's getting.
Bullshit.
Yeah. He said a lot to say nothing.
I'm sorry. Right. Talking loud and saying nothing. But how dare he? And I must, this is my soapbox moment. Hold on a second. Let me just say this for get off my soapbox or get on my soapbox for a second here. There is no way that he should have been saying anything about his ex-wife at this point of his life.
Right.
Well, he got to get off his tail a little bit. But Millie Vanilli said, blame it on the rain.
But it's not. But that's not.
Yeah.
I want to gather my words right. Okay.
Hey, this is unmuted.
Okay. Since this is unmuted,
Let it rip.
listen here. First off, if you're the ex-husband, fall on the sword every time. Fall on the sword. Because number one, everything that has resulted around this is because of your behavior and your actions, and your infidelity, and all of this is because of you. You can't therefore say that it's because of her that I do what I do.
Right.
And it's because my children are now being affected by her loving because she's darker than the other two. That has to be the biggest cop-out in the history of divorcing cop-outs. Has to be. How do you throw your kids under the bus like that and say it with a straight face?
Right. The kids shouldn't have even brought up.
I don't understand why.
Ever. That's between you and her.
The entire thing makes me mad because I'm going to be honest. This is the part of the show in which, we always want to put a little honesty in this. When I was divorced, that was me. I felt like I was mad at everybody when in reality, I should have been mad at me.
Right. Because
in reality, I'm the one that caused all of this when I was no good. So I tell the divorce haven class that I facilitate sometime that I was the biggest relationship bastard out there. And this is a church group that we're talking about. I'm the biggest relationship bastard out there, and I'm the one that caused all of this here. And none of this would have happened if I didn't step out. I had to deal with that. So because I did all of these things and I was able to fall on my own sword, it gave me a sense of peace because none of it was her fault.
Right.
So how could Derrick Jaxn sit there with a straight face and say that I felt cold in the relationship. I felt more single in the relationship than I did feeling married. How could he say that with a straight face, knowing that she didn't step out on him? Was there any report of that?
No.
Did I miss the shade room saying anything about
Never.
And this? So because that didn't happen, what gives him the right to say that, I acted ass because my wife didn't give me no ass or whatever it is? How does that work?
And she, it's like he's blaming her, and that's so terrible.
That is so horrible. I've never known.
He has no accountability for his actions, even still.
It's evident here. So how can this podcast was 2.5 hours.
Can you imagine listening to him talk for 2.5 hours of being in denial and not taking accountability?
I'm telling you, when Latasha heard it, it wasn't even 15 seconds in. She was like, "Who is this? Oh hell no, I don't want to listen to this." And that's exactly how she felt, and rightfully so, because everything that comes out of his mouth, bullshit every time. And so I listened to this part here to get this ready for the show today, and I was like, I can't stand to listen to this.
Right.
And so I'm so glad that the interview was 2.5 hours long, because I could not literally sit there and listen to this and pull clips out. I probably could have built a big case up against him with what he had to say for 2.5 hours, but I just didn't want to listen to 2.5 hours of him saying what he said.
I didn't want to listen to the 30-second Instagram clips. So I know I'm not gonna listen to it.
I think this was.
I don't even want to talk about him right now.
Yeah.
I think this was enough. I had to listen to, what was it? I had to listen to a minute. What was it? A minute and 50 seconds. 2 minutes and 57 seconds worth of Derrick Jaxn. I did not want to listen to that much.
Yeah.
So
he just needs to go back under the rock he's been under and stay there.
Stay there, please.
Or either come back when you've found, some inspiration to tell the truth and to be open and honest.
See, and that's the thing. I would listen to him.
Yeah.
Once he figures it out.
Yes.
I don't think that's possible. I don't think he knows how to just give his to what he's done, and without bringing up, but she did this. It always has to. He can't take the whole blame. He doesn't know how.
No.
And I don't think there's any way, just for him being the person that he is, I don't think there's any way that he would ever be able to just take the blame.
He doesn't
take that
seem
L.
like, the one that'd be like, what, I was wrong.
Exactly. Exactly.
It worked for me, and I'm hoping that it could work for anybody else out there. You don't have to be Derrick Jaxn to realize the wrong that you played, male or female.
Right.
But it just works better when you take a minute, get away from it all, and then look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself the question, what did I play in this? And then you can, if you can admit that, then you can grow. And then you can go ahead and tell your story. But telling it now I will never forget it. When my first divorce, I was hurting, I was angry, I was mad at everybody, and I had the nerve to go out to to teach married men what to do in their marriedism life.
Marriedism.
Yes, in their marriedism. What to do. And at this point, I was really hurting. I was mad and everything. And so it kind of showed.
Yeah.
And, but I was dealing with issues that had to do with me.
Right.
And not anybody else. But the guys that were there, were like, well, that's not my issue. I'm not.
Right.
How did we get here?
And so I really had to step back. I should not have been in the room.
Yeah, especially in a leadership role.
Much less in that type of position.
Yeah.
But because of that, I had to make sure that I was right mentally, and I wasn't right mentally.
Okay.
So Derrick, can you sit down and just get yourself together? And if you get back on the mic or the television screen in front of a camera and nothing has changed, go sit down again.
Go sit down again. You got to be honest with yourself first.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he's believing all his lies and stuff. So hopefully he's in therapy or something.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No?
No.
Both of us look at it like,
Wow.
It's like, how can
why do you need therapy if nothing's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's true.
everything is somebody else's fault?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so you'll never heal if something is somebody else's fault.
Exactly.
If you're always right, then you'll always be wrong.
What I just had this problem. I mean, even with, and I like Steve Harvey, but I never read his book or any of those because everyone is a specialist all of a sudden. Everyone is a life coach. Everyone is have you ever, and I know I'm not the only one that's seen somebody, you look at their page, all of a sudden they got like life coach under there or something like,
Yeah.
what?
YouTube University. Everybody go. You can go learn any and everything.
And it'd be from one month to the other. Like last month, you was didn't know how you was gonna make it, and asking me for $20, but now you a life coach.
Yeah.
There's a meme on Facebook that has a Facebook lawyer on it, people who have their law degree, and it's a roll of toilet paper. And that's how fast you can get it. That's how valuable it is. And,
Wow.
and so the same thing can apply to life coaches. Because you have mastered this class does not mean that you mastered life. And sometimes you have to let life hit you in the ass sometimes.
Man.
Kick you in the teeth, hit you in the ding ding every once in a while. In order to, and I'm not saying that, everybody, you're not living if you haven't had something bad happen to you.
Right.
But sometimes you need bad to happen to you in order for you to grasp and appreciate
Good.
the good that's going on. And so I don't understand people who can just, 15 minutes, I took an online class, and next thing you know, I got a certificate.
Right. And I'm teaching y'all.
And now
I'm holding a seminar.
Yes, I'm having
$75 a week.
Exactly, and people paying.
I'm having a retreat. We're all meeting in a cave. We're gonna go to this very humid space, and we're just gonna sweat all the bad out of us.
Oh my God.
So those are life classes now. But again, if you haven't learned the lesson, if you haven't healed, don't get in front of a mic or a camera and start saying things like Derrick Jaxn is saying.
Exactly.
Don't give no advice. Don't, Don't even listen to nobody else's problems because just focus on your own.
Exactly.
Get them
You don't
together.
have room for anyone else's.
Right.
So can we just say that until further notice, Derrick Jaxn is our ass of the week.
Ass of the week.
I love it.
And previous weeks to come. Probably.
Yeah, if you know he. What's the
I said
word?
previous weeks to come. And future weeks to come.
Not past, present, and future.
Right.
He's all of it
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
I would just say Derrick Jaxn just needs to have himself several seats until there is a change in his life, and until there is one, then don't get up here and start saying craziness like this.
Right.
Anything.
And can we acknowledge that the term several seats has now been changed since the Montgomery, Alabama thing? So you can have a
'Cause you know
seat,
that's what I
meaning
was thinking,
sit
right?
down, or have
Or
a
you can
seat.
have a seat.
Right.
Pick one.
Either one of them applies to Derrick Jaxn.
Oh my God.
Well, Derrick Jaxn. Well, here, let me do this here real quick because I need to do this because I had this week. I produced a little bit of something here. So this yes, from the Montgomery Ministry of Hands, the choir got together and brought themselves a hit.
I will hit you. I will hit you. I will hit you.
Yes.
I will. Try to get you on up. You can get done up. Oh, yeah.
Oh yes,
That'll shout you.
we will hit you with a chair.
In Jesus' name.
We will hit you, then pray for you.
Yeah.
Derrick Jaxn.
Absolutely.
We will hit you with a chair. Try to run up on us, you will get done up.
Right.
Okay? So that's Derrick Jaxn, you all. I don't want to spend any more time talking about him.
All right.
Okay? Let's gladly move on to the next thing here. The next subject, something that I found to be very interesting, and I don't know about you and how you feel about this, but what's going on with Michael Oher
The blind side.
and the
Who's been
blind side?
blindsided?
He's been blindsided for real.
Literally blindsided.
Man.
Yeah.
How do you go from having a story told about you to not having any of that be true
Right.
and not having any profits from the story being shared with you? And you thought you was adopted and you really weren't.
I think that's the part that really kicked it off for him.
But at what point, when do you find this out?
Yeah.
That's the side that I've really been trying to figure this out, because the movie was
Right.
years ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Oh yeah.
So now he's in the NFL. He played in the NFL, played for several teams. Now he's done playing.
Right.
Has a second book out now, but he makes no mention of the adoptive parents. He rarely talks about them. But at what point did you know this? And why did it take so long for you to come out with this?
Well,
Doggone Sandra Bullock got an Oscar.
she got an Oscar, and what's crazy about that is the people that have been paying attention to this story are trying to get her Oscar taken, but she had absolutely nothing
so
to
stupid.
do with this.
We're gonna cancel Sandra Bullock.
That's how dumb people are online, and it's
Oh
like.
my God.
But anyway, no. So yeah, they do say that he just got married not too long ago, and he married a black woman, and so this is why all of this is coming out. Because if she knew, she found out, like, what they got how many million, and you got what? Nah, man, we finna fix
Come on,
this.
come on.
Because
We're going over there right now. Come on.
Exactly. You know that big offensive linemen from the South don't marry black women.
Right,
For real.
right.
So that's number one. Number two, if it was okay, so he married somebody else. Well, how much of this story is actually true? And the bottom line is, if you weren't adopted, if all of this was a conservatorship, that he was signing his rights away when it came to them managing your finances and your life and whatever proceeds you will see from this movie or whatever else will come about, why wasn't any of that contested then?
Right.
Because it had to go to a judge would have to sign off on this. Okay, is this your adoptive son? Yes. Okay, can we have the adoption papers
Right.
to prove that he is your son? Why are we going under a conservative? Oh, he signed that. He's our son. Believe us. No, that doesn't work that way.
Right.
So I don't know a court. I don't know a court that will ever bypass the obvious.
Yeah.
And deal with it like this. This was just bad from beginning to me.
And he's saying he did not know that he was not adopted.
Right.
And that they.
When did you not know?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
when did
he
he
was like
find out
what?
that
He
he
was
was-
18 in the movie.
He went through several NFL teams. The movie came and went, and he was still playing ball. Whatever proceeds from the movie, it wasn't a lot. It was really just him telling his story. It was Sandra Bullock in the film and the movie companies
That made the money.
that made the money
Right.
from this. But you know, it was just him.
But they have a
selling-
foundation though, and that foundation is the one that's making this. That's made the millions.
But that has to be based off of fraud. Then, if he never was adopted, then this becomes fraudulent to me, and I just don't see that as being the case. So yeah. So I just don't think that they have he doesn't have a leg to stand on.
Right.
When it comes to this.
I don't know because they're talking about now the family all of a sudden wants to end the what is that contract?
In the conservatorship.
conservatorship.
Yeah.
And so what a conservatorship is, they say it's a legal status in which a court appoints a person to manage the financial and personal affairs of a minor or an incapacitated person. So,
But he's not a minor. At what point how old is he now? He's gotta be.
Oh, he good and grown. I mean,
You got to be well past the age of 25.
Yeah.
So that's when most conservatorships are over, unless they find some type of mental capacity that keeps him from making his own decisions. But he's married. He has children of his own.
Yeah.
He has his foundation and all of this stuff here. So he's able to make legal decisions. So why do they still have their hands?
he's 37.
I was just about
Oh
to.
my
okay,
God.
Yeah.
I told you that black woman he married that black woman. She was like, wait, what?
Hold on a second. We ain't getting none. We ain't getting none. Oh hell no. We ain't doing this here. We're gonna go to Lerner and Roll.
Top dog law.
We're gonna go to Top Dog Law. You know that number 222-2222.
22.
Right. We're gonna call them and they're gonna represent us.
Yep.
And I just don't get it. And why did it take this long? This is 10 years past the fact.
Why did he still need a conservatorship at this age?
Because
and
what if he didn't know? Then how do you? I mean,
yeah, he didn't. You're right.
that's what I'm saying.
If he didn't know, then there's money owed to him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if this is proven that he signed this conservatorship whatever age he was, and that he didn't have the legal capacity to do, because they took him on when he was still a minor, or he was 18
Yeah.
in college back then.
Yeah.
So for almost 20 years, they've been in control of his money. So they say now, well, you know what? We're going to release you from this conservatorship. Well, wait a minute. I didn't know it was a conservatorship. So why is there a conservatorship? And don't you owe me something if you even... So this becomes the whole legal trapping being behind all of this.
Yeah. It says what is their name? Toy?
Toy or something like
The
that.
Toy family released a statement claiming that Oher tried to threaten them with a shakedown for money in the past, per People magazine, which is what makes this decision for them to end the conservatorship like really crazy, because
But threatening a shakedown, what is that? You owe me money, can I have it?
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
a shakedown. That's a shakedown to them. And threaten me. You took money from him. Now I'm hoping, I'm praying that his NFL career, they didn't hold on to that money. That they didn't.
Probably if it's
I
all
hope
in.
not. Yeah, because it's like they were controlling everything.
Exactly.
See, this is 20 years beyond where it should have went.
Yeah.
And how do you fight this? This is like you willingly let them do this to you. and I don't understand that. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping the best for him.
Right.
I wish that he will get his name back and get his power of attorney back to him and his wife, who is an African American.
Yeah, they did agree that they were gonna end the conservatorship. So that also has people talking to because that makes them look guilty.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So everybody's like,
how do you go from
They need to pay him money just for making him look like he was slow in that movie.
just from that?
'Cause that boy, he looked like John Coffey. Like, the drink only not spelt the same. He really looked slow in there.
he did.
And
I thought he was slow.
Exactly. And he said a lot of teams passed on him because they thought that's what his, mental
wrote the
state.
short bus.
Exactly.
Wow.
Like, that's bogus. So Hollywood had to glam it up, make that black man look slow, and these white
And
knights
this white
come
woman,
in.
her
And,
the savior.
Again, can we please leave Sandra Bullock alone? She has nothing to do with this.
The fans want that Oscar back.
That was so stupid when I heard that.
Yeah.
Can we leave Sandra alone? Please stop calling her.
They probably harassing her.
Stop dragging her through the internet, please. Instagram, goons on Instagram. Can you leave Sandra Bullock alone?
Jennifer Aniston happy it pulled him off her back.
Oh, for a minute. She's sitting there like, whoo, thank God. I'm so happy.
This says, per Yahoo, the Blindside lawsuit has become a battleground of emotions as personal histories intertwine with legal proceedings and the conversation of how black men are taken advantage of in professional sports. Once again, it enters the national spotlight, this conversation of how they're taken advantage of. And it sucks. I hope he's victorious. I know that black woman. I bet you her name is Keisha. Let me look it up.
Do not start with this.
I'm just saying, Keisha probably was like,
I will ride this with you. I promise you do. I don't want to make anybody upset by with the names that are in my head right now.
Right. Tanisha, LaShawn, and Don.
I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. Nope.
Yeah, she was rolling her neck.
Wakanda.
What you mean they ain't going to give you?
Wakanda.
I'm looking it up now. Her name is Tiffany. All right.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Maybe her middle name is one of those.
So that's Michael Oher. Can we go to the next story that we have, which is, by the way, and we didn't talk about this, but I do want to talk about this.
Okay.
This is where we go on the fly. Ladies and gentlemen, this is called On the Fly.
On the Fly.
Podcasting. Okay, so just stick with this. It'll make sense in a minute, okay? Who's the person that's prosecuting Donald Trump? The woman in Georgia. I just want to say for
Judge Tanya Chutkin or something.
I just want to say for the record that I love this woman.
Listen.
And the state's attorney, the state's attorney as well in Georgia.
Yeah.
I love both of them because number one, the names of the grand jury are now released. The Trump thugs have found out the names of the grand jurors.
What?
And they are now going after the jurists. If something happens to him, we're coming for your kids. We're going to do all that we can do.
And this is what they didn't want to happen.
So that's the problem that's going on right now. But I'm so excited. Do you know why I'm excited?
Tell us why you're excited.
Because the prosecutor said that, oh yes, Mr. Trump has until Friday, this Friday, to surrender.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
What's the date?
an arrest warrant will be the 25th.
Yeah, my God.
Otherwise, an arrest warrant will be issued, and we will arrest him.
Well, Thursdays is normally the days he likes to go in to turn up to court. So
I kind of figure he's
hopefully he's not gonna let them come pull him out the dungeon, wherever the hell he is right now.
So there was a tweet that came out from the Fulton County jail that said Mr. Trump doesn't have to wait until Friday. You know, the jails are open 24/7.
24.
So he can come in whatever he wants to.
Yeah.
But
There's
I'm
room at the jail for you.
I'm just so happy that that he is going to be fingerprinted and a mugshot.
And I hope they let us see it. They never let us
know,
see
right?
that process.
This Fulton County has cameras. They allow cameras in the courtroom.
Okay.
So you will see that. You won't see him being booked.
I want to see that.
But you will see him in the
I
courtroom.
want to see him like manhandled or rustled up by some cops, some black cops. Like want to see his hands
Hike 'em
cuffed
up in the
behind his back.
Well,
When I see the mugshot, I'll be happy with just the mugshot. I'll be.
It's so many.
Speaking for someone who has been mug shot and fingerprinted and booked and all this, it's not a great sight. So I just don't think.
Oh no, I smiled it, man. You ain't smiled.
You smiled at
Yeah, I
yours?
smiled.
See, I should have did that, but then
I'm so glad I can't partake in this conversation. So glad.
I'm just glad that they just done away with the ink with the fingerprinting
know,
thing.
right?
I'm so glad of that.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
It's now digital. That you know. That
So it's been recent since
Oh,
you've been.
so technology.
Oh yeah.
In the booking process,
It's come a long way.
it's come a long way. You know, no more ink and then baby wipes. You don't have to deal with that no more. No. You will have dry fingers when you walk out of there. So I'm just waiting for Friday.
Me too.
And when Friday comes, when we come back together, it's going to be a glorious
celebration
around here.
Can you feel a brand new day?
So that, ladies and gentlemen, was podcasting on the fly. Aren't you glad that we do these things here?
Just for you.
Yep.
Unmuted the podcast is the stories that get our attention. Be sure to like us on our social media handles, both on Facebook, Instagram, and on the World Wide Web at the unmutedpodcast.com. So,
Can I just real quick?
Yeah.
Since we've been recording, I did go ahead online and I'm a certified life coach now.
it took
During this time, since
yeah.
we've been talking. Wow.
that wasn't even 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I also I had a double. I'm an ordained minister now.
Oh, wow.
as well.
You doubled
If you
up.
want to get married or if you want life coach sessions,
This
please,
is amazing.
Please contact me, Ed.
It's amazing. You graduated and
Yeah.
everything.
Oh yeah.
This is unbelievable. It didn't even take 10 minutes.
No.
So where's your first retreat?
We're working on that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna do it Wisconsin Dells
That's
in
where
the
all
back of Noah's Ark.
that's where all the people go.
Yes. Yes.
This is unbelievable. Now he's been knighted.
Knighted and now,
now-
is it doctor? Well, what's
No. I don't need
So you
all
just
that.
You're humble
Life
now.
coach.
You're humble.
I'm very, very humble. Very humble. I might go ahead with the bishop because you can do that as well.
Wait, you're going
So
to upgrade the bishop?
I might just pass doctor and just go to bishop. Yeah.
Shit.
I have a lot of people to say, but not a lot of time. So
This is not good for the internet.
Oh, wow.
But okay, so now is Bishop Sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bishop, sir.
So you're gonna have to change your Instagram handle.
I know they only let me do it every so often.
Oh, so you can't do it for a while. So the last thing I want to talk about is this relationship question that I got. That is, for the record. Well, let me just read the question, okay? And you can send me your questions,
please.
If you have any questions, you can send them to me, geniusaudioloc@gmail.com on an email tip, or you can send a direct message on Instagram. It's unmuted_the_podcast.
Yeah. Or DM us, me or Steven. We gonna talk about you, but we gonna get you some answers too.
So here is the question. Am I wrong for having my brother pay a car payment to me every month, even if the car is paid off? Here's the backstory. I got a new car in February. I still had $2,000 to pay on my old car. I could have paid it on my own with no problem. But my older brother at the time has his car stolen a week after he got it because them Kia boys Ain't no joke. He was supposedly paying $400 a week in Lyft getting back to work. So I allowed him to just use my car. The car payment is only $321 a month. So I have him paying the car note since he has been using the car. So he messaged me, really irritated at me, saying, whenever you get the chance, can you get the remaining balance owed on the car, please and thank you. But I think y'all are missing the point. I'm saying that I'm saving this man $800 a month from not having to use Uber. How am I not doing him a favor? So the question is he wrong for having his brother pay off the car note, pay him a car note on a car that he no longer pays a note on?
You want me to answer?
Please,
Can you start?
I don't think
Not
they want my
only is
answer.
he wrong, but he's a complete asshole because first of all, you already paid the car off. This is your big brother. Somebody he clearly his car got stolen. He needs assistance. If he was paying $400 in Lyft, you should be like, nah, bro, don't even do that. Just use my car. I got a new one or whatever. Why are you trying to capitalize off your brother who's in need?
$400 a week in Lyft. That's a lot of money.
That's a
That's
lot.
a lot.
But here's the capitalistic side of me. If you're paying $400 and my note is $320, I'm going to say, hey man, look, just go ahead and get that money to me.
I get that, but it's paid off.
Exactly.
He's not making no more payments.
He's still driving the car though. I mean, he's like, listen, you need to pay me something whether the car is paid off or not. You ain't going to sit up and drive my car for free. That's
I get that too. But like $150.
Exactly.
You know, buy me a fifth. I mean, like something. Just that's your brother.
this is business.
Clearly,
This is business, according to him. Steven? What do you think?
I wouldn't treat a friend like that. If I have a car and I have a car just sitting,
Steve, do you have a car just sitting I can just borrow for a while? I don't know
the
when
thing
we'll be back.
is my garage won't open up. So we can't get the car out.
Can't get it out the garage.
Sorry. Once we get the garage fixed.
once that garage door opens, it's all yours.
But yeah, and to be upfront, that's my whole thing. If you want him to pay, fine, say that. But don't tell him that he's paying the remaining payments and it's already paid off. Just tell him, hey, it's paid off, but I need, if you want to keep using it, I need you to give me whatever amount. Be upfront.
I don't think that he is. I think both of you all are missing the point.
No, we get the point.
This is business. I don't care if you're my brother. Well, I do care if you're my brother. But if it's just, he's treating it like it's a random Joe. And that's probably the problem here.
Exactly.
If this is not blood, then what are you doing? So, but he's thinking along the lines of this is business. And because this is business, whether I owe a note or not, you are borrowing my car.
Yeah.
You are, I can't sell it because you got it. You burning the engine up. You got to put oil and gas in that car, so you might as well throw a little something my way. Now, whether he needs to pay again, if he has to pay $150 instead of a $300 note,
Yeah,
I see that. But
yeah.
you got to give me something.
Yeah, I get that too, and I agree. Something, and take care of the car, get the oil change, the maintenance, the upkeep,
Right.
whatever. But like, I'm not gonna be like $300 and something. Come on,
So
That don't sit right with me.
It don't
I don't
sit
know how
right.
you can.
would it sit right with you if it wasn't family?
if it wasn't family, I still wouldn't be the 300 and something. I would just give me, what's the average rental car price per day? Like $25,
It
$30.
hurts like
Yeah,
what?
for $80 a day,
Yeah,
something like that. And that's a decent sized car.
Yeah.
That size, yeah.
But you talking some broke down car that usually when you're at the end of the line of your note. Oh yeah, I love rent a wreck. But when you're at the end of your car note, that car ain't running right anyway.
It's true. It's about to cut off and all that stuff.
So you got to deal with all of that. So he got to deal with that problem. It's not going to start some days.
Right.
It's going to run hot in the summer or whatever. Got starter issues. The alternator's gone bad or whatever. The brakes are off. Whatever. And he still got to pay you and to get the car fixed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah. But if it wasn't family, if it's family, I probably wouldn't do it. But if it's just some regular Joe, man, I see you down on your luck. Here's a car for you, but you gotta pay me a little something on the side for using it. I can see that.
Exactly. I'm not gonna give you like this. Pay this.
But he a hustler, y'all. He a hustler. To me, this is him being a hustler.
A hustler at heart.
And like, look, man, I got to get my paper. This is a stream of revenue for me, a different stream of income for me. So yeah, give me $300 for a car that I ain't riding in. That's really bad. That I wouldn't really. If I sold it, I would probably only sell it for $1,000.
Wow.
It's got to be bad. I'm just going off of memory.
Yeah.
Flashbacks for me when my car was really at the end of its car note, and I'll never forget it. It was a Nissan Sentra. I would have it, and we paid the car note off. But at the end of that note, when I gave him that check, I had to drive. Those were the days when you had to drive to the finance company.
Oh wow.
And give them a check.
Damn, Delvin, how old is
It wasn't a debit card or a credit card online, none of that stuff. You had to go in there with a check in your hand. But when I gave them the last check, and I was like, I'm making sure, how much is the payment? How much do I owe in principal? I want to be able to pay the car off. And so they would tell me, so how much do I need to pay you to be free and clear? And they would give me the number. I would write a check and I would give it to them, and they would give me the title, and it was a whole big celebration and all that stuff. When I left out of there, I could not start that car.
Wow.
I will never forget it. I'm in that parking lot of that place, and they knew that I was still in that parking lot. Because here come the flashing lights and the tow truck coming, because we got another one. We didn't got that car. We got all that we could have got out of that car.
Wow.
So you're living with a car that you pay off, but you can't use anymore.
And you holding a title to.
But you still are charging your brother $320. Well, he's a hustler. I ain't mad at him. Okay, maybe I'm mad at him. I just know that I couldn't do that to my brother.
No, absolutely not.
I don't think that I can do that now. I think that I could do that to my sister. No,
Come on.
no, that's okay.
I remember it had to be about 10, probably more than 10 years ago. A couple at church, they knew I didn't have a car. I had the conversation before, and we were both on the video ministry together. And I made mention of that I needed a car. I was going through up times. They said, well, we got a car. I'm going to ask my husband how much, he wanted to sell. I'm like, oh, man, definitely. Please let me know. Next Sunday they came back. He said, hey, we just going to give you the car. You just pay for the title. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Who does that?
Wow.
And then you got this dude. And these are strangers. The only way I knew them was from, working on ministry at church. And this your brother. And man, listen.
I just think that we should be careful of what we do to people.
Yeah.
And instead of do things for people
Right.
and not to people.
Yeah.
This clearly is a stage where he's taking advantage of his brother, because the car note, there is no more note, and his brother caught on to it.
Exactly.
And so now he's mad at him because of it. But I'm somewhat still not mad at him for still trying to get as much money as he can get from his brother. Okay, so now if that's the case, go buy you a car.
Yeah.
Go get your own car, fix your car. What's the insurance saying about your car that's stolen?
Maybe he didn't have insurance, because if he's paying that $400 a week in Lyft and Uber, then he could have rented a car.
He could have.
Definitely could have.
He could have. But then, You know how we think.
Now we finding out if we dig deeper that this brother is a bum. The more we talk about it, I'm changing my story. Like, yeah, why he didn't get rent a car? Why he taking Uber and Lyft? Yeah.
On that note, please send your requests and your questions to us, and we will give you the unmuted answer to them. It may not be to your liking,
Exactly.
Right.
but we will give you the truth.
We gonna tell you.
We gonna tell you the truth.
And it doesn't just like this story was sibling relationship. It doesn't have to be
Right.
like your male boyfriend or female girlfriend, whatever.
Right.
Exactly.
So yeah, any type of relationship you got an issue with it, we gonna talk about it.
If you think that the sky is red and not blue, and you feel like you got a strong argument for it, then have at it. Please come on and tell us why you think it's red and not blue. We'll talk about that too, and you, by the way.
Absolutely.
So that's the Unmuted Podcast for today, you guys. Thank you.
Real quick.
Yes, sir.
Thanks to Universal Ministries, I am now an ordained bishop. Depending on, I'll let you know what time we can record next Sunday because I'm going to have my first service.
Oh wow, you got members?
I will.
Okay,
Give me a minute.
that was record time. What
This
was that?
was-
7 minutes, Delvin?
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You can do all of this in the span of a podcast. We're not.
It's like he hasn't even stepped foot in the classroom.
this is like minute 50.
You know what? Hold tight. I was supposed to pay them $100, and I had 7 minutes. That 7 minutes is up. I haven't paid that 100, so I might not be a bishop anymore.
Easy come, easy go.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do I still call you sir?
That's locked.
Okay.
That's locked. Yeah.
Okay. As long as the payment is still good for sir.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Then we'll be good. Thank you guys
Thank you so much.
so much for listening to Unmuted the podcast. But again, thank you for the listeners who listen, for those who subscribe to us, for those of you who are following us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Black Planet, where Black people meet, MySpace,
Barbers.com.
Oh my God. Every Brassers, wherever we can get some people to listen to us. Thank you so much. Did I reveal too much? I'm sorry. Did I say too much? I'm
No,
sorry.
we
It's the
just
fact that we
want you
knew
to
that.
follow us.
I thought I was like, what is Brassers? Did I miss something here? I'm sorry. Did I not say what we were doing here? We're talking about the unmuted stuff that we deal with here. Okay, so thank you guys for listening to us. We really, really, really appreciate
Yeah, we
it
do.
and you
Yes.
for allowing us to come into your ear gates and
Hey.
give you all of this poison.
I did go live today during the show on my Facebook page, so I want to shout out my good girlfriend Tasha Wright and my good girlfriend Anita. That ain't even her name. What's her name? Wait, her name
she
on
really that
Facebook. No, her name on Facebook is Anita, but we call her something else. Ann, that's her name. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you,
Katashi, she popped on the live.
She's in the next room.
everyone.
We can act like just
Oh, sorry.
come on now. And none other than our favorite Sheba Jet. So shout out to you guys
Hey.
for jumping on the live.
live?
We appreciate it.
That's my Sheba. Thank you guys. We appreciate you so much. And we're going to do something special coming up where you can actually hear the music and hear the sound bites that we have.
Yeah.
We're gonna pipe you in through this magical board that we have that is going to be sponsored pretty soon. And I'm hoping that I will get a phone call an email from them saying that we're a go, but I can't say it until it's done. But yeah, guys, we thank you again. We are Unmuted the podcast. We talk about what we talk about. We say it like you say it, but we cuss a little bit on here too.
Just a little.
And
Fuck that, I'll cuss a lot.
Oh,
oh my God.
well, there we go.
We can't take you nowhere. I swear. Oh my God. Okay. I was just going to say, internet radio is coming.
Yes.
It's coming. I'm going to bust down a wall to make room for a bigger studio.
I think did I hear you say soul therapy was coming back?
Soul therapy is coming back. What? Wait a minute. Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, we got breaking news. Where's my breaking news sound right here? This over here. Okay, we got breaking news, everybody. We got soul therapy.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, Soul Therapy, Miss Lisa J and Soul Therapy will be making an appearance on the Genius Media Group Network.
I love it.
And you will listen to all of the foolishness that she has. Because we ain't going away, because it'll be me and Steven in here listening to
all it is going to be us with some music on there that we can play.
That's what we do. This is what we do. This is who we are. This is what we do. Did I steal that from the church? Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta pay the church a little something.
As long as it wasn't my church.
Oh, wait a minute. Does the church have a name?
Oh, Big Sur International.
Wow.
This is too much for me.
Wow.
I didn't think that you could do all of this in the span of a podcast.
Yeah, without even leaving the room.
There you are.
All from your phone.
This is why we are who we are. And that's why Bishop Sir is who he is.
Yeah.
With Big Sur International Church. 2222. I'm not going to give the address.
Please don't.
I'm not going to do that. Okay. This is Unmuted the Podcast. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, wait a minute. Wait.
What's going on?
We can't do it next week.
Okay.
That's
all
right.
right. The
We
wedding,
can't.
marriage.
I got the whole people coming over here.
Yeah.
So we got to do it online. So Monday, we're going to do it on Monday. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have our first online Unmuted the Podcast.
Get ready.
Because, you don't want these faces. These faces are scary.
We going to do the StreamYard or?
Yeah, we're going to do StreamYard.
Oh, wow.
And we'll have all the comments. So your social media, and my social media will all be connected, and we'll be able to comment with everybody. We'll be able to chime in.
Dope.
So, we're going to do all of that next
Look at y'all.
Monday. Y'all
We ready. We ready.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be scary,
Grab
guys.
your favorite beverage of choice.
Oh,
and
my
join
God.
us.
We will have matter of fact, we will have the drink of the night.
Oh, I like that.
We will have the drink of the night where everyone will share what they're drinking.
Yes.
And how many of them they had. I'm Delvin, Miss Lisa J, Big
Have a
Sir
great
Steven.
weekend.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next
Have a
week.
great week. Be safe.
All right, guys.
Peace.